magagawa lang siguro natin lahat is magpasalamat. I mean, you know, recognize the people that are really helping make our world a better place to live in. Walang pera involved, pero at least yun lang ba, di ba? Alam mo na may ginagawa kang maganda. By the way, TOEFL awardee, up to August, end of August, if you have anybody that you feel, you know, is helping make our world a better place to live in, send your recommendations to the TOEFL. Outstanding Filipino. This is by the
JC Senate.
JC Senate. Okay, great. Kreba, anything you want to tell our public?
Yeah, ang Creva Social Housing Foundation ngayon ay gumagawa ng paraan para magkaroon ng klase ng pabahay na hindi na natin kailangang i-relocate o itapon sa malayo ang ating mga squatters. Pinipilit ho namin na sana magkaroon kami ng sistema at gayahin naman ng mga landowners yung sistema na magkaroon tayo na on-site ho, wag na natin silang ililipat. Kasi kawawa naman, hindi ho nila talagang kayang mag-survive kung ililipat ho natin sila sa malayo. So sana ho, talagang magtulungan ho tayo. Kailangan ho natin talagang magtulungan. At napakasarap ho sa puso ng pakinabang kung sakali man tayo ay makakatulong sa ating kapwa.
June?
Well, in the last forum held by Creva, suddenly I saw sister there and she told me that she was working with the ITAs. I told her na, anong ginagawa ng mga tiga-ITA rito? No? Anyway, so I told her and volunteered to go right there to Subic Zambales, and we went 2 weeks later. And I saw one of the communities that she's working with. It's a community of 95 ITA families who have been there since the Mount Pinatubo eruption. And their first problem is housing. Can you imagine that? No? And I told them, what's the problem with the housing? Because the mountain is filled with anay. And the ITAs love nature. And they hate cutting the trees to make them post. So they want to stop cutting the trees. It's just like killing part of them.
Right.
So right now, my structural engineer sister is designing a post. So we cannot give them the whole house,
right,
but we will at least give them the post. Then the indigenous materials for the walls and the roof can come in.
What we've heard here, ladies and gentlemen, are creative solutions, okay, that helps make our world a better place to live in. Hindi lang pera, okay? I mean, posts, etc., etc. There are people, professionals. Even sister is a professional sister. The doctor saying, folks, we can do it. Come up with creative solutions. Volunteer some of your time, and this world will be a better place to live in. Thank you very much for gracing our show. We hope we can have you again in our next show.
Thank you very much also.
We have a happy dance later. If you can join us in the happy dance, that would be great. Okay? Thank you. We'll see you in a while. Thank you. We had students, we had professionals, and we still have professionals. Okay? Guys doing other things, but have focused on an organization that has done so well because of a creative idea. And I'm referring to Gawad Kalinga. Right? And with us here are people who are working directly in that organization. Okay, please welcome our 4 guests. Okay, maybe you can introduce yourselves. Okay, start with the lady.
Sure.
On the left.
My name is Felice Caringal. I'm a full-time worker for GK National. I am the executive assistant of our executive director.
You said Gawad Kalinga. National?
National.
National,
yes.
Okay, right, okay.
I'm Pierre-Henry Berod. I'm coming from France. I'm a GK volunteer. I used to be full-time, and today it's for weekends.
Do you have a GK in France?
No, not yet. Maybe soon. We don't know yet.
What are you doing here?
I came first in the Philippines last year for an exchange program in the Ateneo, and after that I used to work for Gawad Galinga as full time, and
Okay.
and I came back in the Philippines. I have a job now here in the Philippines, and in my free time I volunteer for Gawad Galinga.
All right, great. On our right is a returnee. Okay, Mike, go.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank you for having us back. I used to be the productivity coordinator for the Ateneo School of Management. Now I'm a full-time volunteer, but starting August, I'll be joining a social enterprise that focuses on the Gawad Kalinga rural sites, developing farmlands for them.
Okay.
I'm Mika Hipol. I'm the Program Development Coordinator for our Volunteer Management Program. That's GK1MB, GK Isang Milyong Bayani.
Guys, I mean, you guys look so professional. You look so intelligent, and you're working here for Gawad Kalinga, who probably doesn't pay you too much. But why? I mean, can you tell us more about Gawad Kalinga? I mean, why are you able to attract such intelligent people like
Well,
yourself?
it's actually just the spirit behind Gawad Kalinga, that it's the most effective way of combating poverty, ensuring that in this generation we can eradicate the notion of poverty. Like especially us, it invites people from all walks of life, like Kate from France, even Felice who studied in the States, even someone as young as Mika, like to do something about it now, like to help out the poor. And we do this not because of resource generation, but how we get everyone to buy into the same idea of helping your fellow Filipinos. Like through a multi-sectoral approach, we get the corporations to help out, to claim a stake. It's not just CSR for them, but to actually be involved, be hands-on.
When you say CSR, what do you mean?
Like usually corporate social responsibility is like a side program, but through Gawad Kalinga, we encourage the corporations to adopt a community to build the houses themselves. So they exercise stewardship over that community.
Okay, what makes it so special? I mean, there's so many housing activities, there's so many outreach programs that help people build houses and communities, but what's so special about this organization?
Well, that's how GK works. The notion is really that we have to build relationships with the poor to really ensure their transformation. Like we don't rely on resource generation, but it's how we leverage the resource available, especially for us here in the Philippines. I mean, we're not that rich, but we're glad to say that in the past 7 years of Gawad Kalinga, we already have 2,300 communities all over the country.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay, let's say I'm, the poor. So okay, so what are you gonna do for me? You're gonna give me a house? I mean, what do I have to do? I mean,
Well, it's not just that. It's not that we're giving you a house, but we'll make you earn for yourself. Like through sweat equity and through values formation. Because, you can't solve poverty by just giving them houses, because that's a dole out, that's charity. But if you really want to ensure the change in that person, you have to empower them. So we usually do it by, organizing the whole community to build for one another, like to put their sweat equity into it. And also, like every after building day or even during the weekends, they go to a values formation with their neighbors. So to put their whole experience into context. And through this, with not just through houses, but through other programs itself, basic education, healthcare, even village organizing, women empowerment, even tourism. Like it's all aspects of life, because that's how we do it. We target it on all angles, because you can't just approach it into one angle. You have to ensure that, you have to approach all of their concerns to ensure the transformation in them.
I'm overwhelmed. Okay, huh? I mean, all that. Okay, that is also why you need a lot of intelligent people and committed people working there. Okay, let me go to you very quickly. I mean, why did you join this organization?
Actually, last year, so I was in the Ateneo, and I was looking for a way to extend my stay here in the Philippines, and
That's being honest. That's fine.
And I discovered like that GK through the Ateneo. They asked me to come with them, and actually I started with the Bayani Challenge, so it's a GK event, and after that I went in GK villages, and I used to live with them. And
So to extend your stay here, you had to join GK.
no, it was a personal choice. I had the choice to go to visit all the highlands or to volunteer for
And
something.
and you chose GK.
Yeah, and I chose GK.
Okay, good. How long have you been here?
All in all, it's almost 1 year.